Welcome back to Shadowrun Dragonfall. We're just on the way back from a successful mission and the power has stopped in the train station here. Let's see what's going on. Something to pick up here. Looks like the place is pretty empty. We found a fuse. Looks like some squatters are living in this station. Okay. Tunnels collapsed, not getting out this way. Something around the corner here. Advanced med kit, could come in handy. It's a fuse box, nothing looks out of order. Try swapping the old fuse that is in bathroom to track. Add an extra fuse to bathroom, add an extra fuse to track. I guess we need the fuse on the track. You place the extra fuse into the socket next to track. The status light next to the track remains red. Try swapping the old fuse that is in bathroom to track. The lights in the bathroom go out, the status light next to the track lights up green. Let's leave it alone for now. Bridge controls. It looks like the console can extend the nearby bridge to cross the tracks. Let's extend the bridge. The mechanical bridge smoothly slides out and spans the gap over the tracks. Let's just check out the train car here. The station's main power is off. The train's not going anywhere until it's back on. Does this lead to the bathroom? It's so dark in this maintenance area you can barely see your hand in front of your face. That is very dark. Go to the left first. The door is stuck. Eager shoulder checks the door and the crack of splintering plastic fills your ears. The door pops open. Thanks, Eager. There is something in here. High explosive grenade, nice. Looks like that was just for the extra loot. Go through the door here, it is very dark. Reset breaker box. Oh, that's them, open fire. Okay, well, looks like an ambush. We're going to cast haste on Eager and Glory, give them the extra action points. Who do we have here? Mercenary, Mercenary Enforcer, Mercenary Captain. If she can take out the Captain, stun the Captain would be good. Didn't work though. Tried the basic swipe a couple of times. That does seem to be able to stun on some occasions. Okay, we did get the bleed there. That's good. Only Eager here with the action points. 53, 57. We could do a scatter shot here, making them easy to hit on the next two attacks. So 57, missed. Right, we'll do an aim shot. 12 damage. Let's do a regular shot. Oh, that's pretty bad actually. They're probably going to start throwing grenades now as well. Yep, there's the grenade. Okay, the first round of combat was pretty bad. We're going to keep trying. Let's try the eviscerate attack for the bleeding damage in subsequent rounds. -2 armor as well. And he's been stunned, so that's fantastic. Okay. Glory, hopefully we'll be able to take out the Captain. Talon's asleep. Lost one action point. Don't really need a heal at this point in time. Okay, regular attacks here. This guy's out in the open. 26 damage, 19 damage, beautiful. I'm gonna move Dietrich over here, just out of range of any grenades. Okay, the captain is asleep. That's brilliant. Okay, he might bleed out. Yeah, 2 HP. I think he'll bleed out next turn. Eager. Talon is still sleeping. 12 damage. We'll need to reload, or I could use this gun, but not much chance of hitting with this. Well, 49% there with the aim. 18 damage, beautiful. This guy's got a lot of health. Beautiful. I think that's it. I think he'll bleed out next turn, but we might as well try and finish him off. Okay. We are still in combat. Interesting. Well, let's grab this. Encrypted PDA. There's nothing else we can do in here. We'll open the door. Oh! Were they there when I opened the door? I don't feel like they were. Oh my goodness, that's pretty bad. There's another 3 here. Okay. Let's move you out. Let's heal up Talon for now. We'll send Eager in. Should at least give her 1 shot. 29, 35. Oh, we need. Oh, okay. We do need to reload. All right, she's out in the open, but she should be able to tank some shots here. Should be fine. Okay, so we're going to cast haste on Eager. Talon's going to move out to there. Can't cast haste. We'll cast Eagle Totem. Plus 15% chance to hit. Eager's going to start firing away. 88% chance here. 12 damage. Let's try to flush someone out. Line side is blocked there. Okay. Okay, this guy's stunned. Let's try to reduce armor a little bit as well. 50% chance to hit there. There goes the grenade. Concussion grenade. Oh, 25 damage. That was nasty. Dietrich, can we get the heal? No, we can't get the heal this turn. Okay, we've just got to do the heal there. Make sure Talon stays alive, and then we'll take 1 shot. Gee, they're doing a ton of damage. Good grief. How much health do these guys have? They just seem to be tanking a lot of damage here. One down. Okay, you're stunned. Let's try to do some damage to you. Okay, let's try to shred armor here. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh my god. Can we please hit with something? Do I have to throw a grenade to try and get something to hit? There we go. We got a hit. Beautiful. We got one hit for the round. Let's bring Talon out here and let's do acid attack. Okay, let's flank. We'll take a shot. Hired mage. Who hired you? Okay. Looks like that is the last of the enemies. So someone hired them to take us out. Looks like the power is back on. We'll have to extend the bridge, or retract the bridge. Okay. We'll board the train and continue on our way. The rest of the trip home is uneventful, but one thing is clear, someone is hunting you. This ambush was no chance gang warfare, but an organized attempt on your life. If Green Winters was right, then whoever killed him is now after you. The PDA that you retrieved from your attackers may hold some answers. It's time to return to your safe house and consult Paul Amsel. Okay, so quite a lot to do. We did gain 8 karma. We currently have 9 karma. We did finish the farmer cleanup job. Who do we go for that again? I can't remember off the top of my head. We need to go to the cafe as well for the next job. We'll go to the safe house first, talk to Paul. See if Bliss has got any news for us. One look at Bliss's face is enough to tell you that something is gnawing at him. He stands beside his table, playing with a coffee spoon. Hoy, Talon, what you need? What's going on, Blitz? Well, Chief, I hate to admit it, but I might be in a little bit of trouble here. What sort of trouble? Well, you remember those creditors I told you about, the ones who loaned me all of that money? Yeah, well, as it turns out, some of them are a little less forgiving than I thought they were. Keep talking. Well, one in particular seems to have taken things kind of personally. How personally are we talking about here? I got a package in the mail. It had somebody's thumbs in it. Good grief. Yeah, thumbs. They came in a cigar box packed in salt. I have no idea who they belong to. I'm pretty sure they meant to convey some sort of message. I think that's a pretty safe bet. I don't want to lose my thumbs, Chief. I like my thumbs. I think that I need to pay this guy back. Luckily, I've got a plan. I know how to get myself out of hot water with the meat grinder. I've got it all specced out. You took a loan from somebody called the meat grinder? Hey, Chief, come on. I feel bad enough about this already. There's no need to rub it in. Anyway, like I was saying, I can make it all right again, but I'll need your help to do it. I'm listening. Well, there's this group out in Dragonfall. They call themselves the Landberg Ring. They're a financial crime organization, and there's a lot of bad blood between them and Meat Grinder's operation. Anyway, back when I was running with the Schwarzherzen, I laid out the groundwork for a hit on the Landberg Ring. I was never able to make good on it, though for some reason none of the other gang has ever volunteered to help out. With your help, I could steal enough money from them to cover my debt and get myself back into Meat Grinder's good graces in the process. So what do you think? A quick run, just you and me? With me in the Matrix and you as my man on the ground, we hit them, satisfy my debt, and laugh about it on our way back home. Sound like a plan? Alright, Bliss, but in the future you need to be more upfront with me about things like this. No problem, Chief. Not a problem at all. You can count on me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some last-minute stuff to take care of before we get started. Oh, and Talon, thanks. No sweat, Blitz. Meet you at the U-Barn. Oh, no, not as such, Chief. I won't be physically going to Dragonfall. I've seen enough of that place for one lifetime. I'll be jacking in from a terminal that I set up here in the Cruise Bazaar. Great, okay, well I guess that I'll send you a comm when I get there. Sounds good, Chief. Thanks again. Okay, so we'll be going by ourselves, and Bliss will be staying here and jacking in. Okay, we'll do that at some other time. Dante, how's it going, little buddy? How's it going, little buddy? You look down to see a pair of bright eyes set into a scruffy face looking back up at you. Dante, Monica's old dog. Looking down into those huge brown eyes, you see intelligence and sadness. On some instinctive level, he must know that his master is gone. Dante lets out a small whine, then rubs his head against your leg. Okay. We've got Dietrich. I guess we'll talk to Paul first. Amel calls over his shoulder at the sound of your approach. His eyes are glued to his computer's display. Talon, Frau Muller should be on her way, but before you go to the meeting site, I have news. He glances at you, and his words trail off. Upon seeing the expression on your face, Amel's voice becomes grave. It can wait. Tell me what has happened. Bad news, my friend. Somebody is hunting us. They set up an ambush on the U-Bahn line. Amel pauses, then gives a curt nod. Truth be told, I've been expecting that something like this might happen. I'm just glad that you made it out alive. Hand over the encrypted PDA. One of the attackers dropped this. Amel takes the PDA from you and examines it. Yes, I should be able to extract some information from this. Give me a moment. He plugs the PDA into his computer and goes to work. A few moments later, he lets out a grunt of dismay. Well, Talon, I was able to recover a file, but unfortunately, that's all that I'll ever be able to pull off of this thing. All that anyone will, truth be told. You must have been running some kind of counter-intrusion software the instant that I gained access. It bricked itself. Amel disconnects the useless PDA and drops it to the ground. It clatters to a rest on the metal floor. Now, what did you manage to pull off of it? A comm file. The audio is all there, but it looks like we've only got video from one side of the conversation. Let's see what we have. He opens the file, and a nightmarishly familiar face appears on the screen. Bachmeier. The voice bleats out from Amel's speakers filling the room. Aldrin here. What's your status? Bachmeier's image is garbled, but his voice sounds young and eager. Target acquired, sir. You are right. We spotted him on the U-Bahn, just like you said, probably on his way to a job. As per your instructions, we're going to try to take him out on his way back. He'll be more vulnerable that way. Hopefully injured, and low on ammo too, but only time will tell. Good man. Proceed as instructed. Will do. Cosman is rigging up an ambush spot now. We'll try to make it quick. The orc with the nightmare face nods. Send me a comm when the job is done. Aldrin out. The image on the computer screen dies. Amel turns to face you. Well, our scarred friend makes an appearance. Talon, I suspect that Green Winter's predictions are coming true. I believe that Furschwinger is behind this. Under Amel's patient exterior, you can feel the worry that's eating at him. Be on your guard, you and the rest of your team. You made it through this attack relatively unscathed, but next time you might not be so lucky. At least now we have a name to put to the face, Adrian. That's not all we have. As I was saying, when you first walked in, I have been productive as well. I was able to uncover some new evidence in your absence, and coincidentally enough, the evidence pertains to our scarred friend. You might recall that I said I'd dig into Adrian's skin grafts. Well, I did. And that search has finally borne fruit. One of my contacts outside of Berlin handles the paperwork for private hospitals all across Germany. It's a dull and boring job, but it does have its perks. Amel pulls open a file on his computer. A medical chart opens up on the screen. As it turns out, our scarred friend's skin grafts were performed at a legitimate hospital after all. I can't read the charts, I don't have Biotech 4. Or do I? Biotech is 1. Okay. Some good news for once. What do they say? Well, they're rather light on identifying information. Our friend's name is listed as Max Mustermann, the local equivalent of John Doe. But they do cover his injuries in great detail. Adrian's injuries were extensive. He had 2 broken ribs and a shattered pelvis, and he had sustained third-degree burns over 60% of his body. Most damningly of all, he was suffering from acute radiation poisoning. His body had absorbed over 5,000 millisieverts of ionizing radiation, a lethal dose without treatment. The information dries up at this point. We know that he was treated and discharged, but what happened afterward remains a mystery. He pauses for a moment, studying your reaction. Your thoughts? Hold nothing back. I'd like to hear everything that comes to mind. Well, those burns sound like dragon fire, but if the firewing burned Adrian, why would he be working for her now? I don't think that Adrian is working for the firewing. I believe that he is serving her. On Green Winter's second DVD, he mentions that there is a cult within the Sox that worships the firewing, the disciples of the cleaning fire. I believe that Adrian belongs to this cult. That's bad news. There's nothing more dangerous than a zealot. My thoughts exactly. A hireling can sometimes be bribed or reasoned with. A pawn can be liberated, but if the firewing soldiers look upon her as a goddess figure, nothing short of killing her will deter them. And even that might not stop them. So it is possible that Adrian is a dragon cultist. This seems to fit with much of the other information that we've uncovered. Did any other red flags jump out at you? Adrian might have spent some time in the Sox. That radiation poisoning didn't happen on its own. Agreed, 5,000 millisieverts is a lot of exposure. Short of basking in the glow of an unshielded reactor, I don't know how he'd have absorbed that much ionizing radiation without spending time in the Sox. Alright, so Adrian was heavily irradiated, most likely from time spent in the Sox. What else does this tell you? The hospital couldn't ID Adrian. Either somebody covered his tracks for him or he was living completely off the grid. Indeed, if Adrian were a denizen of the Sox, a glowpunk, his lack of identifying information would make sense. Amel adjusts his glasses. It's a working theory at any rate. So to sum up, Adrian has probably spent time in the Sox. It's possible that he even lived there as a member of Furschwinger's dragon cult, and he is after you. Amel pauses for a moment before continuing. In my mind, all of this reinforces one fact. We need to find Valclaire, and we need to do it fast. Agreed. Good, and that's all the more reason to gather Alice's fee as quickly as possible. There is a buzzing sound from Paul's wrist. He lifts his hand to look at his PDA. And as luck would have it, Frau Miller has arrived. Best of luck at the meeting, Talon. Remember, this is urgent. We need that money. I'm on it. Okay. She's arrived. Dietrich, I'm sure we can have a quick chat with the rest of the crew before we go off to the cafe. Dietrich greets you with his familiarized smile. Talon, what's new? Okay, we've asked him about all of that before, so that's fine. Eager? Any thoughts about the last run? It was a nice change of pace, a simple job with a straightforward objective. I'm not happy with the hit that our reputation took. You shouldn't be either. We need our clients and we can't afford to get blacklisted, but at least you did the right thing in the end. Okay. And Glory? Glory's pallid face lights up at your approach. A genuine smile spreads across her lips. Talon, good to see you. Any thoughts about the last run? There isn't much to say. She pauses to study you for a moment before continuing. You killed Thorvald despite his whining and begging and bargaining. You put him down like a rabid dog. It was a good choice, and it was the right one. And how are things with you? She pauses for a moment, considering, you know what, I'm happy, actually, for the first time in a long time. I have you to thank for that. Are you ready to tell me about the chrome you're sporting? Be patient, Talon, the explanation for that is coming. A look of unease flits across her face. I'm not sure that you're going to like it, though. You needed time, and I gave you time. Are you ready to talk about first? Let's ask her about that later. We'll check the computers. 2 new messages. Salvage DVD. The screen flickers to life, and Mallet's face appears from the shifting background and ambient noise. It's clear that this message was recorded on a portable device. Hoi, Talon. Just wanted to tell you that I've met with limited success in working on that stack of DVDs. It's a thorny problem, but at least I'm making some headway. If you look on the table beside your DVD player, you will find another recovered disc. I wasn't able to salvage all of the files on it, but I think that you might find what I did recover to be of interest. For my part, I'm going to continue working on the other DVDs. To tell you the truth, I wouldn't hold out much hope, though. They're all badly damaged and suffering from disc rot besides. I'll be in touch. My best to you and your team. The message ends and the image fades. You find yourself back at your inbox. Still alive? Yana to Talon. I guess that I should thank you. You got me out of that horrible job alive. I don't think I could have made it out on my own. What happened on that run took everything else away from me, but at least I'm still breathing. The lodge turned me into a killer, Talon. That gnaws at my guts every minute of every day, and I still can't sleep at night. Innocent people, normal people, died because of what I did. And you know why they made me do it? Because they could. I don't know, maybe this doesn't bother you. You're a Shadowrunner after all. You kill people all the time, just another day at the office, huh? Well, I'm not like you. I can't just kill people on the job and forget about it the next day. This is going to haunt me for the rest of my life. I don't know how to live like this, but it's still better than not living at all. That's what I keep telling myself, and so I figured that I might as well tell it to you too. Okay. Check the status of the Alice Fund. About halfway there. Jobs directory. Claim payment for the farmer cleanup job. 2,500 is what we get. Perfect, Talon. No sense in mincing words. Your job performance was satisfactory at best. Your fee will be transferred immediately. Enjoy it while it lasts, because you'll never work for us again. Oh no. Uh-oh. Okay, well. MK6 prototype extraction. I think we have looked at that. Okay, walk away. So let's go to the cafe. Wait, weren't there some DVDs? Have we read this one? I was thinking about Adrian today. Notice he was when he disappeared, not as the fabled Dragon Slayer or the big-time CEO of DL Defense. I was thinking about when we were kids. Well, I was always more of a kid than he was, of course. He's 15 years older than me. In a way, he was more like a parent than a brother. Winters pauses. His gaze drops to an invisible point on the table in front of him. So I was thinking about this time when we were on holiday. Our parents took us out. Our parents took us out the island of Pole to enjoy the beach. I must have been about 5 years old. Adrian was 20. It'd be his last family vacation with us. A year later, he'd begin his meteoric rise to fame and fortune. But on this trip, he was my brother, and when I fell out of the little paddle boat that our parents rented and started sinking fast into the Baltic, he was the one who dove in to rescue me. You saved my life that day, Adrian. I'll love you forever for that, and I will find you. I owe you that much. The display goes blank for a moment, then the face of Green Winters winks on the screen. Found an old news article that mentions Adrian from way back in 2036. It was printed in a financial magazine called Das Finishwen, one of those chick print-based mags that they produced for the retro crowd. There aren't any clues in here, but it's good to see someone else acknowledging his existence. He clicks an off-screen button and the image of Winters disappears. In the aftermath of the Dragon Leftwiz's hostile takeover of Seda Krupp, Schwerindustrial Gesellschaft, a continuing brain drain of high-level executives is causing ongoing worry among company shareholders. The company's stock took a major hit when Leftwid deposed former CEO Wilhelmer Graf Benoit last August. 3 months later, long-held power positions within the SKI empire continue to empty as the Dragon consolidates his power base. The most recent casualties of Leftwid's takeover include Alexandra Kobayashi, Matthias Donor, Treasurer, and Werner Harding. Harding stepped into the role to replace Dr. Adrian Verclair, who disappeared under mysterious circumstances 2 years ago. Winter's face winks back onto screen. So there you have it. That's what they had to say about Adrian a mere 2 years after his disappearance, my brother. The footnote. Okay, track 3. While this track does load is clearly corrupted, the screen fills with a meaningless stream of text. Track 4. Okay, that's corrupted as well. Track 5. A rattling sound fills the air as the disc grinds in its tray. A few seconds later, the screen fills with text. Dr. Verclair, it is my sad duty to inform you that by unanimous vote of the Office Strat, your position as CEO of Deal Defense will be terminated at the end of this calendar month. Your continued misallocation of company funds to pursue personal agendas cannot and will not be tolerated any longer. The supervisory board is not unsympathetic to your mental state. The trauma that you endured during your pursuit of the Dragon First Swinger must have been enormous. But your continuing obsession with the Dragon, the dead Dragon, I might add, has proven a negative influence on this company and an unjustified drain on company resources. The board wishes you all the best in your future endeavors. We have prepared a generous severance package to assist you in this time of transition. If there is anything more that we can do to help you, please don't hesitate to ask. Werner Harding. Okay. So I think we've gone through all of the DVDs. Let's head over to the cafe and see what the next job is about. How much cash do we have actually? 4,000. 4,000 yuan. We can make a deposit to the fund once we get 5,000. We've got 9 karma to spend as well. I want to have a think about that. So she got the DVD working. I guess we should thank her. Welcome back. What can I do for you? Okay. Let's pop into the cafe. Frau Muller. Or Mueller. As you press your way forward through the cozy smoke-filled confines of Cafe Servo, you catch sight of Frau Mueller. She appears as Amsel will describe her, an impressive-looking woman of Atlanta descent with coffee-coloured skin and dark wavy hair. Everything about her screams corporate executive, from her extensive-looking suit to her tastefully understated makeup. She's obviously nervous, but she's hiding it well. She locks eyes with you and hesitates only slightly before speaking. Talon, I presume. Her Amsel told me that I could meet you here. He wasn't lying. He said that you had a job for me. She holds her silence for a moment, then nods. Yes, I do. In truth, I'm in desperate need of your help. Then tell me what you need, Frau Mueller. She offers you a small smile, an assumed name, obviously, but I have been told that this is how you people do business. She straightens in her seat and tries on a smile that hangs there for a second, then fades away. She sighs. From my accent, you've no doubt inferred that I'm an Atlanta. Further, you may have guessed who I work for. Okay, I can't guess. I don't have the knowledge. Care to fill me in? As Technology, the only Aslan-based corporation operating in Germany, I've been with the company for over a decade. Over the course of my employment, I've worked on a great many projects, from the innocuous to the obscene. My hands have touched it all. Never once did I question the wisdom of our research. Never once did I consider blowing the whistle on my employers. I kept my nose down, worked hard, and excelled at the tasks set before me. Yeah, I get it. Keep talking. Last month I was transferred here from my home in Talon. They told me that an employee of my caliber was needed in Berlin and that I would be working on a project with wide-reaching applications. The only other detail that I was given was the name of the project, Bloodline. That doesn't sound good. She looks you in the eye and for the first time you can see the cracks in her composure. She's doing a good job of hiding it, but deep down this woman is terrified. I've seen many terrible things in my life, Talon. In Talon, blood magic is commonplace. Take a moment to imagine what that means. In the underground markets, people are bought and sold as chattel. Street children are rounded up and bled like lambs. I witnessed all of these things by the age of 12. She takes a deep breath and lets it out slowly. Seeing such things, it changes you, makes you numb, but what I found when I arrived here was worse. This project, it horrifies me, Talon, and it must be stopped. Tell me everything you know about Bloodline. She shakes her head. The less you know, the better for both of us. You'll just have to trust me on that. You need only know that it is evil and that it is not a word that I use lightly. You have to understand, Framu, that I can't accept a job without knowing what it entails. Of course not. Your job will be relatively simple. I want you to bring the building down. The computers, the research data, the mages and scientists that are working to bring about this abomination. I want all of them burned to ash and buried in rubble. No compromises and no exceptions. Her tone softens. I'm sure that you have unanswered questions. I'm not in the habit of dealing with Shadowrunners. In truth, I've spent the majority of my career living in fear of you people. But I do know that you're the only ones who can get this done. So tell me, Talon, is there anything more that you need to hear from me, or are you ready to make a decision? What can you tell me about building security? Expected to be tight. In addition to their standard security team, as technology has taken out a knight-errant high-threat response team contract to protect the building. Corporate doesn't seem to mind contracting a competitor for emergency response services. That should give you some indication as to the uniqueness of this project. At any rate, I believe that I've come up with a solution to the knight-errant problem. I'll discuss the matter with you or her, Amel, if you decide to take the job. Let's talk compensation. 36,000 yuan, as I told you, her, Amel. That's what I have allocated for the job. That's fair. It's better than fair. I've done my homework, Talon. How do you expect me to level a building? You don't need to be. You just need to be a competent decker, which I'm told you are. The facility is powered by a number of on-site generators. There are safeguards in place to prevent them from overloading. In the event of a power spike, the system is designed to shut itself down, but I know how you can disable those safeguards. Once the generators begin to overload, you'll have a limited time to reach a safe distance. The explosion will be quite catastrophic. What about innocent people in the building? None of us are innocent, Talon, but if you need to salve your conscience, rest assured that at the hour of your approach, the only personnel authorized to be on site will be security and senior members of the research team. And I assure you, neither are innocent in this matter. If the Bloodline project reaches completion, nobody will be safe ever again. This sounds like hyperbole, I know, but it isn't. The Bloodline project will lead to countless deaths. I'm certain enough of this to hire you, despite the fact that doing so will probably cost me my own life. I've reached a decision, yes, and I'll take the job. Her face visibly brightens. In that case, it's a deal. I can't tell you how relieved I am, Talon. Thank you for helping me to bring this nightmare to an end. I will iron out the remaining details with her Amel. He'll want to talk this over with you anyway, I'm sure. You're a good man, Talon. You're saving more lives than you know. Okay. Luca. Welcome back, runner. He's got no extra information for me. How about Altug? Does he have any information for me? Welcome back, honored Effindim. How may I serve you? Altug, I sent a man named Corin to talk to you. I told him he could have access to your data tabs. Burogazi raises an eyebrow. You did you? A bit presumptuous of you, is it not? Corin and his gang have been hijacking shipments bound for the cruise bazaar, so we made an arrangement. He listens to your taps, they leave our goods alone and steal from our enemies. Instead, everybody wins. I see. Well, that sounds like a tidy little arrangement you've made then, Effindim. The kind of arrangement I might make myself, he laughs. The kind of arrangement Monica might have made. I will honor your promise then, Corin and his gang shall have access to my data tab save for those that listen in on the cruise bazaar itself. Ah, not that such taps exist, mind you. No, of course not. Now then, is there anything else Burkazi can do for you? I'll just be going now. Okay, let's head on out. We'll talk to Paul Amsel once more. See what he thinks about that job. Otherwise, what is over here? Otherwise, we need to get prepared for the next mission. Need to buy some of those elementals again because I have run out. Oh, that's just the access to the U-Barn. And we do have Blitz's mission as well. So we've got MK6, we've got Blitz's mission, and we've got the Mueller mission to blow up the building. Let's see what Paul says about it. Welcome back, Talon. How did the meeting with Frau Mueller go? I accepted the job. Any ideas on how to tackle this? Yes, a few. Frau Mueller has provided us with detailed information on the facility. I've vetted the information and it seems to hold up. Based on this intel, I have formulated that what I believe will be an effective strategy to bring down the building. According to Mueller's intel, the facility is extraordinarily well guarded. Whatever this bloodline project is, the Azis have spared no expense to defend it. The facility is patrolled by Az Technology's internal security personnel. On their own, they would pose a challenge, but I don't doubt that you could brute force your way through them. Unfortunately, they will not be on their own. Az Technology has purchased one of Knight Errant's more expensive security contracts as an additional line of defense. That's not good. No, it is not. Knight Errant is too dangerous to take on directly, but if we were to compromise their comlinks, we could at least partially mitigate this danger. I've pulled some strings with an old contact of mine and he's provided me with the address of a small software developer, OTK International. They write the firmware updates for Knight Errant's comm systems, and their defenses should be considerably weaker than Az Technology's. My contact has informed me that OTK stores an off-site hard copy of every firmware update it develops for data security purposes. My suggestion is this: you hit the offices of OTK International and reduce their computers to slag. In the interim, I'll have the hard copy of their next update replaced with a compromised version. When OTK's next update goes live, our compromised version will be pushed out to Knight Errant. When you hit Az Technology facility, I'll be able to track Knight Errant via their comlinks. This should make the run much more manageable. He fishes in his pocket for something. A moment later, he produces a corporate ID with your face on it. This will get you through the front door of the office park that contains OTK International. My contract was only able to provide me with one card, so you'll need to let the rest of your team in through a side door. Alright, sounds like a plan. Very good. OTK's offices aren't far from here. You should take the U-Bahn there when you're ready. Okay, so off to the offices first to destroy the computers, or complete Blitz's mission, or do the MK6 mission from the computer there.